So now let's talk about SFAS because I like to break it down into weeks.
Phases,
right? Yeah. So phase 1, which is admin week, because when you went through, it's probably the same as I went through because you went through in 2007.
I want to say 7, 8.
7, yeah. So I went April of 2008, and it was admin week, land nav, and then team week, which I think is the
same thing, same concept.
So how was week 1 for you?
So we did all our testing, our PT tests, everything. Did your 2? I think it was 2 rucks, 2 runs.
Yeah.
2 rucks, 2 runs. It wasn't bad. It wasn't physically demanding, but I had trained for it here.
Yeah.
So I was prepared physically.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Physically, I mean, let's be real. Yeah, was I tired? Yeah. But everyone's tired.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna wear on everyone. It's designed to make sure everyone gets tired.
Yeah.
If you don't get tired, it's like they need to revamp the course, right?
Yeah.
So by the end of week 1, I was good, but it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It's like I always tell guys when they ask me, I'm like, look, dude, I'm just a regular guy.
Yeah.
If you put in the work and prepare yourself, it's totally doable.
Oh yeah.
It's not one of those like, oh, I'm the deal. Some guys like to try to pretend that.
No.
I'm like, no, dude, prepare yourself, because if you go unprepared, you will get tested.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of dudes quit. A lot of dudes don't want to be there because they weren't physically ready for the test.
Yeah, because week 1 you could definitely train for.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. Doing week 1, they're just assessing how much work you put preparing for the first week.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yep.
At the end of week 1, do you remember how big your class was and how many was left? Towards the end of week 1.
I want to say we had a really big class. It was back in the days when they were doing like,
I think mine was 400.
Yeah, it was like 3 something.
Yeah.
And then by the end of week 1, we were down to maybe 2 something.
Gee, so almost half of the class.
Yeah. By the end of week 1, we were down to like 2 something.
Yeah. Now week 2, land nav. Did you already know how to land nav?
By that point, I was a private land navigator on my own in Korea, man.
Oh.
So by the time,
you got that dagger.
So by the time I got there, I did Iraq. I did a bunch of stuff. So my land nav was pretty good. Okay. So I was able to get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it through.
Okay, so now at the end of land nav, how many dudes did you guys actually have left?
At the end of land nav.
Because that gets a lot of dudes.
Yes, it did. It got. Remember I told you the story? The guy talked me into going.
Yeah.
He quit during land nav.
Did he?
He quit in land nav with me. I was like, "You're the reason I'm here." And he quit. And I was talking to him. He was like, "Dude, I didn't find my points." And I'm like, "Look, bro, you're good. Yeah. Relax." And he's like, "I didn't find my points, man. They're not gonna pick me." I'm like, "Dude, chill."
So did he he
self-selected himself.
Yeah.
He got himself. I don't know if they would have picked him at the end.
But you never know.
Exactly.
It's your job to keep going. You're not assessing. You're just there to perform.
And he did. He assessed himself and quit. So no. So by then I'd say we were down to like 170.
170.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now so as far as week 2.
Yep.
And week 1. Do you have any advice for the dudes watching that are looking at going to selection before we leave week 2 and week 1 behind and go into team?
Yep. Yeah. So I would say physically prepare yourself. Okay. Cardio is going to be key to the first 2 weeks. Physically prepare yourself and understand that it's doable. Yeah. It's not something that's unattainable, but you need to surround yourself or get people that are, when you're physically preparing yourself, like-minded. Yeah. That can push you during the training phase. Yeah.
And then once they're at selection, because you said your buddy got in his head and he actually screwed himself over. Anything for the audience as far as, hey, how to manage that mindset? Like, what got you through week 2? Was it just the fact that you were confident in your skills? Or did you ever have any
I had doubts. I had doubts. I had doubts throughout the whole Q course too. But I had doubts in selection the whole time.
How did you overcome that?
I had an opinion. Remember I said no plan B. So it was either, hey, you're going to tell me I didn't make it. Yeah. That's how I go with it. Like, you're going to tell me I'm not good enough. Yeah. You're going to have to tell me I'm not good enough and give me a reason why I'm not good enough.
So I can have something to work on.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing, is that most people are self-assessing, but guess what? They're looking at everything. They're not just looking at one thing. Yeah. So it's like, hey, are you completing everything, and they can fix that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's what you want to go there with. I would say practice line nav, have your cardio on point, and be ready physically so you can recover from the days. And then when you get to line nav, don't stress yourself. If you're not first, don't worry about being first. If you're not, don't be last, but don't worry about being first. Yeah. And then just I'm going to perform to the best of my ability every day.
Leave it all out there.
Yeah, and that's something I tell anyone, give your all. And then if you don't make it, at least you know. And that was more of my approach. Like, look, you're going to tell me I didn't make it. Yeah, you're going to tell me.
That's a good approach to have. Now let's move into week 3, team week. How's that for you?
That sucked.
Oh, it sucks for everybody.
It physically, I'll be honest with you. Physically, I don't think it's anything you can do to prepare for that.
Yeah.
Obviously, be in good shape and be ready, but it's no way to get yourself ready to find out how to move a car by holding a log and 2 dudes. It's no way to do that training wise, right? So, team week sucked. I had a good team, which was lucky for me. Yeah. Had a good team. We had 2 dudes who didn't make it on my team week that I remember. One of them quit, and the other one we peered out. And even the cadre knew he was like turd. Like the cadre would tell him, like during team week, like, yo, you're screwing everybody. But other than that, everyone was carrying their own weight. And that's what, at least for team week, that helped. And that's the biggest thing is you can't be everyone knows everyone ain't going to perform at everyone else's level, but you can't have to be carried.
Gotcha.
That's
at least hold your own.
Yeah, like, hey, I need to know I can count on you to at least carry your end of this log. I don't need you to be able to carry the whole log. I'll do my half, but I need you to count on you to do your piece. Just do your piece, man. And that was the biggest thing I learned in team week was that do your piece.
Gotcha.
Like if you can accomplish that, and if you can do more, great.
Yeah.
But I need you to be able to do at least that.
And then, so the guy that got paired out, what exactly was he doing? What was he just being
He just physically
dirtbag?
Yeah, he physically couldn't carry his piece.
Okay.
So it would be like, hey. I remember, this is when I remember, because we were getting, like, you were with these guys every day. Like, but you get to know each other. And I remember we were carrying logs, and it was 2 logs. You were rucking, but it was like a log from you to your buddy. Yeah. And it's like, these logs. Well, he couldn't carry that's what I meant. Like, he couldn't carry his log. Yeah. So
and as a team, you still got to accomplish the mission.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just leave that log.
Yeah, so we still had to get his log there. Yeah. So it was like, dude, and he was walking on the side of us while all of us were doing the thing.
Oh, dude.
And the cadre would just be like, yo, you're screwing everybody. Yeah. And he'd be like, he just couldn't do it. And it's not that I was like, he was physically. Yeah, so physically fitness is a key. Yeah. But the key was, he wasn't willing to push himself to that level to make sure we all got done. Yeah. And it was like, look, dude, like all of us are sucking. Yeah. Like if you gave us a choice, none of us would carry this log, but we have to get this done.
You have to get it done.
And people would like be losing it on them and stuff, and like in our team, like people would be like, like we take a break and they'd be like, he's over here, and I'd be like, yo, bro. And I remember me and this one guy got close. I was like, chill, man, chill. He was like, no, Dave, no. And I was like, hey, man, you gotta chill out, bro, because I was worried that he wasn't gonna get picked because he's flipping out on this thing because I don't know.